Hello you guys, welcome back. My name is Jaden. I am 19 years old and welcome back to Nymph Diaries, the most enchanted corner of the internet. And today I'm going to showcase you guys the process of me crocheting my birthday dress. Now my birthday was the 21st, but I am filming this days later because I don't plan on celebrating until maybe the second week of December. I actually was going to work on my birthday, but then I called out and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna work on my birthday. So the plans is to wear my birthday dress, get my nails done and get my tattoo, take some photos, all that. I'm currently saving for the tattoo. So in the meantime, we are going to crochet my birthday dress. I always make something for my birthday, apparel wise, and so today we're gonna make a dress. This is my very first time making a dress, and I've already made almost like the bodice part, so I'm gonna show you guys the remaining behind the scenes of what I'm gonna do and all the extra accessories I'm gonna add on to it. Alright, so first things first, we have half of the bodice done, basically the bust area. It is all double crochet. I bought tons and tons of yarn, so I have plenty for this dress. I actually ended up having so much extra, but these are the colors. I'm using one of my new gadgets that I recently bought. Now, since I've made this purchase, it has been so very helpful. It is just a magnet inserted into some wood, and so it turns as you pull, and it just makes working so much faster. Now, this dress took me a very long time. I believe I started the second week of November. So that is equivalent to about 2 months. And I kind of expected that. It usually takes me 1 month, but because I got sick in between that span of time and I graduated in December, I had a lot going on. Of course, November, December, there's always lots to do in general. And so that extended my timing just a little bit. But I also think that making this dress was very smooth. Besides the flowers, it was very easy to make. I didn't really have to start over except for the very bottom, the hems, but you guys will see that in the later clips. Now we are nearly finished with the bodice part. I had to try this on a couple of times to make sure it was snug and it wouldn't fall right off of me. But here is where I've pretty much analyzed it. That one piece right there is equivalent to 1 skein of yarn. I have so much left, and I think that is where I realized I had too much and had a lot extra. But now we are finishing the last couple of rows here. Alright, now we are completely finished with the bodice part. Next is the very first tier of the second half of the dress. My intentions when making this dress were to make this dress look as lifelike yet surreal and dreamlike as possible, something you would only see on a movie set. And that is why the color choice is such a dusty sea green. I love when colors have a dusty shade to it. I think that just happens to be part of my aesthetic. But now we are getting started on the first tier. Basically, I am wrapping the string around my hook, I believe 4 times. I know that this stitch is much bigger than a double crochet. I have no clue what it's called, but that is exactly what I used for all 3 tiers of the second half of the dress. Next, we have the first couple of rows made for the very first tier of the skirt. I put 3 stitches in each original stitch. I am on my 3rd skein of yarn, it looks like. Alright, now we have finished the very first tier of the skirt. I am on the second one. I believe I accidentally made this one a little bit too long, but you can barely tell because the very last row of every tier is lifted, so you can't really tell. And now you can see I'm on the 3rd tier. You can see that middle one is a little bit longer, but I think it just adds more character to the dress. We finished the base of the skirt. I was fighting myself so hard, and I was thinking I really just want to keep it just like this because the stitches alone have so much personality and so much character, but I didn't. Eventually you will see what else I add on. I am showing that I have so much extra yarn. I have enough yarn to make an entire another dress. I spent all that money for no reason. And you know what? I probably did. But guess what? All that scrap yarn eventually makes it into my content. That scrap yarn gives me content ideas, and in the end, it's all gonna work out. Now here I am adding a row of white to see if I can make the dress pop a little bit. I eventually end up changing my mind because I felt like it was gonna take away from the vibe. Alright, now for my favorite part, we are starting the vines. These turned out very skinny and itty bitty and cute, and here I am testing out where I want the placement I ended up scattering them all over the dress, which I think is a very great decision. The vines were meant to be the main emphasis. Of course, when I think of a forest nymph, I think of a lady who admires the forest. Her entire existence, her entire being is that the forest lives within her and she lives within it. Also researched the definition. It is said that she is a mythical creature in Greek mythology, a spirit that lives within the trees, or another name, a dryad. Their powers being shape-shifting, divination, healing, telekinesis, and more. And those are all powers that I would love to think that I embody. I believe mythical creatures always have an essence of creation. They have their own original blueprint, and that is where I love to draw my inspiration from when I'm creating my projects. It's always going to be something out of a fantasy or a mythical creature. I'm about to leave for work. It is 1:11 p.m. right now. It's currently raining. That's why it's so dim in my room. But basically the goal for the decorations is to attach as many vines as possible. And they're all going to eventually be glued down to the very first tier of the dress. And then we'll have some hanging off of the dress. And then the last part is to do the flowers. So I plan to do half the vines tonight if I have time. I'm still in the middle of exams, but I really want to try and get as many vines done as possible. Luckily, they're very easy to make. So that's a plus. So we'll just have to see. I'm gonna try and get as much done as possible. Now here is where we get to the part where I decide I do not like the white hems. I felt like it took away from the Enchanted forest nymph look. It made it look a little modernized. I don't know what I was thinking, but all I knew is that I did not like it. And so one by one, I am detangling it. This was hard at first because mohair tangles very easily, but eventually I was able to get it all undone. Guys, tell me why all this time I've had this hung on my wall while adding the vines on, and I'm like, wait, I have a mannequin right next to me. Like, why am I not using my mannequin? Anyways, that's me not using my brain and being delirious. We're gonna put this on the mannequin. That's gonna give me a much better view of how to put these vines on, because it's super tedious. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. All right, voila. Now, in the earlier clips, this was in the very middle. It was on this side, but this dress is symmetrical all around. And so since I shifted it a bit that way, I think I actually like that the design is on this side, and I can just add hanging vines to the very bottom as I go. So I think it looks better on this side, so we're just gonna add to that. But this is what we have so far. All right, hopefully the audio isn't too bad because my mic is dying now. But here we are starting to glue the vines on. This was also very fun. I just let my mind work freely, and I just did exactly what my mind was telling me. There was no structured way to put this on. I quite literally just decided to go with the flow. Alright, you guys, today is Monday and I am nearly finished with all the vines. I have one more side of the dress to cover. So that is this side right here. The rest of the dress is pretty well covered in vines. I finished the hems, and I have 4 more vines right over here. and that will be used to create more jumping vines across the hems of the dress, and then we'll be finished with the vines totally. And next is the flowers. This is the front, side, back, side, front. Magnificent. All right, you guys, so now that the vines are finished, next is the flowers. I have these 3 colors. They're gonna be very itty bitty and tiny, not as tiny as the leaves, a little bit bigger. And I couldn't find fairy lights in the store, but I had this wonderful idea of what if the dress glowed? Like, hello, it would look like an enchanted garden. Even though the theme is forest nymph, it would still be amazing if it would light up. So I have these, I have to untangle them, but they glow. And so I was thinking we could either make the flowers and attach them onto the itty bitty lights. I'm not sure if I want to glue them. I feel like that would be very messy, but the dress is already covered in glue, so what's new, you know? But I was thinking putting the flowers, gluing them over the lights and have the flowers glow, or crochet the flowers onto the lights. But I feel like that would be extremely complicated, and I would need to, I couldn't make a multitude of different flowers. It would have to, I would have to find one specific pattern that that allows me to crochet around a string. So I will figure that out, and I'll come back when I have decided which flower I want to do. Okay, so my technique for these flowers is to basically put 6 double crochet in 1 chain and slip stitch into 2 chains. Oh, you can barely see it, hold on. And then basically is to glue the petals and then fold them kind of like that. There's 2 ways I could fold them. I could fold them like this, or I could wrap them in a rose kind of way. I'm just gonna keep experimenting until I see what I like. Okay, so what I decided to do was flip it outward, put a little glue in the middle of the flower, and fold it in and press it. And so a rose was a little too complicated, but this is just as good, and I feel like that fits the dress very well. It's kind of giving lotus flower, even though lotus flowers are pointy, the petals are pointy. I feel like this really does actually fit the look of the dress. I can't wait to see the final result. It's gonna be absolutely stunning. Okay, you guys, I want to show you guys what I have so far for the the flowers. I'm gonna turn off the lights for this. So when I turn on the light, very, very bright, but the flowers are meant to be glowing on the dress. I hope it doesn't block the view. The lights that don't have any flowers on it, I'm gonna put leaves on there, and you can see how cool that looks. I feel like they look more like clouds than flowers, but when it is turned off, they still look like flowers, hopefully. Yeah, I feel they still look flowers. So yeah, that's our progress. It's gonna take longer than I thought. I don't think I'll finish by the morning. I think it's gonna be a couple more days. I have a lot of flowers to make, so. Okay, you guys, I made double the amount of flowers that I previously had, and I think that's where I'm gonna stop at. I've been working on this dress since 11 a.m. Can you believe that? I've made 12 flowers and 5 vines and assembled them. That's what I think. The assembling is what took so long. Hi, sweet boy. He loves this. I use this stool to sit as I'm assembling the dress, and I just haven't moved it back yet, and he loves to be on it. Hi, hey, sweet boy. But yeah, this is what I have, guys. I am stopping for the night, so yeah. So unfortunately, crocheting is very addicting, and not stopping for the night. I have this leftover wool brown yarn, and I'm deciding to make some lace up sandals, I guess. I will put up a picture of what I want to make, my inspiration. So while I'm making these sandals slash leg warmers, lace up leg warmers, I can't help but think that this dress is giving Princess and the Frog so badly, and that is like my second favorite movie. It would be my first. You know what? No, it is my favorite movie of all time, besides The Nightmare Before Christmas, all those other movies. But The Princess and the Frog is like my #1 favorite movie, and I love that this dress is embodying that movie so well, and that was never my intention, but it's just, the Princess and the Frog lives inside me, literally. Hey you guys, I'm back. It is January 2nd, the day after the New Year's Day, and we have finally finished these freaking flowers. So whenever I crochet the flowers, I just throw them in this basket. This is 15 flowers right here. This is the last batch, and then we can finally glue the flower lights on the dress. These were so infuriating to make because it's so tedious and repetitive. I had to make at least 50 flowers. Now this was my pride and joy. I absolutely loved making these vines, and I loved making the base of the dress. It was so fun to make. Now these flowers were like that one part where it's just like, and also another note is that I redid the pattern at least 2 times. Like before, each petal, there was like maybe 10 petals to each flower, and now there's only 5, and it looks way more formed and sophisticated. You'll see once I assemble them. I'm gonna assemble them with some hot glue, and you'll see like it actually looks like a flower. Before they didn't look like a flower, they looked ridiculous. Looked like a giant bunch, a ball of mohair yarn. And so I changed it so many times, and that's what really was the infuriating part about making these flowers. But I can't believe how long this project is taking me, and all I'm thinking about is that once we're finished and I do the reveal and make all my content, that once I upload this video, it's going to take like 4 days to actually get up, and I haven't posted an actual video in like 3 weeks, and I'm just like, oh god, because I'm trying to post weekly, you know. But obviously a dress, a crochet dress, a knit dress, it's going to take a month or 2 to make, and I didn't make a plan of any side projects, but that's okay because it was worth the wait. Like the reveal, like you guys are gonna lose your mind. I'm already losing my mind. But I'm uploading in 4K now, and so the last video I uploaded was in 4K. My previous videos were horrible quality, and that's why they only took like 30 minutes to upload. Now that I'm uploading in 4K, it takes 4 or 5 days for the video to post, and I'm like, there's no way. But it's okay because I think it's worth it. Like, I don't want to see another one of my low quality videos. I just don't. I was like, my first 4 videos are just really glitchy, and I'm like, oh god, like I can't. But anyways, I'm gonna assemble these and I'll show you guys how much neater it looks, and then we can finally assemble the lights, the flower lights on the dress. All right, you guys, so as you can see, tweaked my makeup a little bit. I felt like it looked very unsymmetrical. I always do my makeup accidentally unsymmetrical. Okay, sorry about that, I had to adjust it. So we have finished these lights. So I want to show you the total amount of flowers I've made. This literally took so long, so long, and they all don't even look identical. Like some of them look really big and chunky, and that's from me changing the pattern so much. But the final result was to have them be like 5 petals total. And so the way we're gonna glue this on, originally the design of this dress was meant to be vines only, and I was intending to put flowers, but they were going to be like super tiny, like as tiny as the leaves. But I don't think I could. I tried and I attempted, and I simply couldn't make them that small without, they didn't look like flowers, it just looked like a ball of yarn. So this is the end, and the other end is the battery. So we're gonna work from the top up, from the top down. That way, wearing it, this little thing is like at the very bottom, and this isn't the first thing you see. And I'm gonna see if I can weave this so that it is under the dress. But I was so worried that the lights wouldn't work because I'm adding glue all over lights. I was just scared they wouldn't work, but I'm so happy that they do. Anyways, did I just tangle it? Oh my god, hold on. Okay, there we go. So now I'm gonna show you guys the process of gluing. These are my last few sticks of glue, so this should be more than enough. Yeah, that should be more than enough. Okay, so I hope the flare isn't too much, but you guys get to see the dress light up. I'm gonna close my windows. I will show what it looks like at night too, but this is what we have. This is giving Princess and the Frog so badly. And it's like, it's stunning. Like, we love it. Oh my god. I 100% believe this is my best work. It looks, I think it looks better without the lights. Like, it looks so enchanted. Oh my god, the quality is so horrible. I think that's because of the sunlight, but it looks so enchanted and just like, it's perfect. This is exactly how I imagined it to turn out. Of course it's not comfortable, but I didn't make the dress for comfort. I made it for style, specifically in creation itself, obviously. All right, so today I think I'm gonna get things cleaned up and situated. Tomorrow I am going to film the rest of this video. I'm gonna do a quick little montage and show you guys what it looks like during the day when I'm out in the woods and at night. And then today I'm gonna finish the shoes. There's these brown slippers. They kind of look like ballet slippers, and I feel like it won't be complete unless I actually have shoes to match with it. I do have these forest nymph themed sleeves, but I don't necessarily think that's gonna really go. And I don't think, like, I want to include brown. I don't think white. I don't want to include white. So I'm gonna finish those and we'll do a final reveal tomorrow. Yes, hopefully this video is up before it hits like the 1 month mark where I haven't uploaded, or the 4-week mark. I pray it doesn't, because I really tried, but I got sick twice during the entire period from start to finish of making this dress. I got sick twice, and that's why I think you can see in the clips, like I'm coughing still, and I lost my voice for a couple of days, and I was just like, oh my god. But we're finally finished. We're finally finished. So you guys will see the reveal very soon. I hope this video has left you feeling inspired and relaxed, and has added some enchantment into your life. That will always be my goal in these videos. Until next time.